Many dog owners use timeouts to stop unwanted behavior. It's a common technique borrowed from human parenting, but do dogs actually understand them? The concept of sitting in a corner to think about what you did is a human one. For dogs, the experience is entirely different. In this guide, we'll break down the science behind why timeouts can work, but only when used correctly. We'll cover the precise step-by-step method, explore practical scenarios, and discuss effective alternatives for a well-rounded training approach. Let's explore how to guide your dog with calm, positive, and effective training that strengthens your bond. Dogs don't understand timeouts the same way humans do. They don't think in terms of moral, right or wrong, or reflect on their past actions. Their world is immediate. They learn through association. Instead, dogs understand immediate consequences. A timeout is a form of negative punishment, not in the emotional sense, but in the scientific one. It means removing something the dog wants, your attention, to decrease a behavior. For this to work, the consequence must happen within 1 to 2 seconds of the action. If there's a delay, the dog has moved on. It won't connect being isolated with jumping on your guest 5 seconds earlier. It will just feel confused and potentially anxious, making the timeout useless. So, when are timeouts effective? They work best for behaviors driven by a desire for attention or overexcitement. Think of jumping on people, rough play that's getting out of hand, or excessive demand barking. In these cases, what the dog wants is more interaction. By removing your attention, you're directly addressing the motivation behind the behavior. The lesson becomes clear. Calm behavior equals interaction. Unwanted behavior means the fun stops. However, timeouts are not effective for behaviors rooted in fear, anxiety, or self-rewarding actions like chewing on a stolen shoe. To use a timeout correctly, follow these steps. 1. Act immediately within that 1 to 2 second window. 2. Stay completely calm. No yelling, no grabbing. Use a neutral phrase like "too bad" and calmly take their collar or leash. 3. Guide the dog to a safe, boring space like a bathroom, laundry room, or a hallway sectioned off with a baby gate. It should be free of toys, people, and fun. 4. Keep the timeout short. 30 seconds to 1 minute is plenty. The goal is a brief interruption, not prolonged isolation. And 5. Bring the dog back only when they are calm. If they are still barking or scratching, wait for a few seconds of silence before letting them out. The goal isn't punishment, it's teaching them how to self-regulate and make a better choice. Let's cover the most common mistakes. Avoid making timeouts too long. This causes anxiety, not learning. Never use their crate as a punishment. A crate should always be a safe, positive den. And finally, don't get emotional. Your anger or frustration will only escalate the situation and create fear. Timeouts shouldn't be your only tool. Combine them with better alternatives. Try redirection. Before the bad behavior starts, offer a toy or a chew. Use positive reinforcement. Heavily reward the calm, quiet behaviors you want to see more of. And finally, manage the environment and add mental enrichment. A tired, mentally stimulated dog is less likely to act out. What if your dog's barking escalates in timeout? Wait for a brief moment of quiet before letting them out, even if it's just for a breath. This teaches them that only calm behavior gets them released. If you have multiple dogs, only the one exhibiting the unwanted behavior should get the timeout. Consistency is key. So, do timeouts work? Yes, but with major caveats. Dogs can understand them only when they are applied immediately, kept calm and short, and used for attention-seeking behaviors. When you pair this technique with positive reinforcement and proactive management, you're not just stopping a bad habit, you're teaching your dog the valuable skill of self-control. Like, subscribe and share for more dog training insights.